Well, welcome back. It's always strange to talk to a camera as if I'm talking to people, but that's just the way I'm going to take it. Today we have an exciting opportunity to delve deeper into the true self. Now remember, one of my descriptions of ego is the false self. So today we're going to be talking about the true self. In that process, hopefully, you'll start to see more clearly the false self and who you truly are. So the central question, once again, is who am I? So we have two poems today, and in working with groups in the past, one of the things that people have requested is that I read through the poem once and then go back and read it again. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. These poems are related, and you'll see that as we go through the process. The first one is by David Whyte, Whyte, and the second is by Adrian Rich. So I'm going to give you a slight pause so you can relax and hopefully move into the alpha state, the receptive state, and then read the poem by David Whyte, followed by Adrian Rich. So I'm going to pause for a few seconds so that you can relax, do some deep breathing. All the True Vows, that's VOWS, by David Whyte. All the true vows are secret vows. The ones we speak out loud are the ones we break. There is only one life you can call your own, and 1,000 others you can call by any name you want. Hold to the truth you make every day with your own body. Don't turn your face away. Hold to your own truth at the center of the image you were born with. Those who do not understand their destiny will never understand the friends they have made, nor the work they have chosen, nor the one life that waits beyond all others. By the lake in the wood, in the shadows, you can whisper that truth to the quiet reflection you see in the water. Whatever you hear from the water, remember, it wants you to carry the sound of its truth on your lips. So I'm going to read the poem again and give my own interpretation and highlight certain parts. All the true vows are secret vows. The ones we speak out loud are the ones we break. Now, for me, why that is so is because if I speak my vows out loud to others, sometimes, maybe usually, I get discouragement. You can't do that. Are you out of your mind? That's impossible. Those kinds of comments. So all the vows are secret vows. All the true vows are secret vows. There is only one life you can call your own. So basically, it's saying to me, don't let other people's expectations determine my true life, my true self. And 1,000 others you can call by any name you want. Now, there again is the false self. So when we start judging ourselves, primarily based on our truthfulness, we're naming or labeling our truth in a different way. Hold to the truth you make every day with your own body. Don't turn your face away. That to me highlights simply notice. Take a look at it. So hold to that truth you make every day with your own body. Of course, it doesn't say hold to the falseness you make every day with your own body. And of course, with my body, what we're talking about is, for me, thought, word, and deed. So hold to my truth. Be true to myself. Hold to your own truth at the center of the image you were born with. Well, that's rather interesting because it gets me to probe into what is the image I was born with that we commonly call self-image. Those who do not understand their destiny will never understand the friends they have made, nor the work they have chosen, nor the one life that waits beyond all others. Now, notice that he says destiny and he does not say predestination. We are determining our destiny. And primarily, we're determining our destiny through thought, word, and deed. And if you get below that, then we're talking about beliefs and interpretive structures. And we'll address that in future videos. So, those who do not understand their destiny will never understand the friends they have made. You know, we might find out that the friends we have made are truly not friends because we don't understand our own destiny. By the lake in the wood, in the shadows, you can whisper that truth to the quiet reflection you see in the water. Now, there, I recommend you do exactly that. Find a body of water, a creek, a lake, whatever, and by the lake in the wood, in the shadows, you can whisper that truth to the quiet reflection you see in the water, which would be the true self. So what is that image? Whatever you hear from the water, remember, it wants you to carry the sound of its truth on your lips. So you notice that truth is mentioned several times in this poem. So again, we're talking about the true self. So I came up with this little process. It's actually a big process some time ago that you might want to consider. Know thyself. Be true to thyself. Live that truth. So we're now into truth telling about oneself. And once again, I'm going to read this poem by Adrienne Rich called Time. And I'm going to pause so you can relax. I'll read it through once for your reflection and then go back through like I did with David White. So take a few seconds to relax. Time. Either you will go through this door or you will not go through. If you go through, there is always the risk of remembering your name. Things look at you doubly, and you must look back and let them happen. If you do not go through, it is possible to live worthily, to maintain your attitudes, to hold your position, to die bravely. But much will blind you, much will evade you. At what cost, who knows? The door itself makes no promises. It's only a door. So once again, time. Either you will go through this door or you will not go through. I tell you, it reminds me of I'm not a biblical scholar, but it reminds me of the wide gate and the narrow gate. And, I saw a video when the guy was talking about transformation, which is what this work is about. And the interviewer asked him why more people didn't get involved with transformation. And he said it takes too much effort. So that's what this poem is highlighting for me, the effort involved. And by the way, there's a major difference between effort and strain. So this work and transformative work is not about strain. If you're straining, you're working too hard. If you go through, there's always the risk of remembering your name. I have a dear friend who had what I'd call a metaphysical experience, and he was given his name, which is not the name he has in this lifetime. So, what is your name? So, one of the things you might consider, if you go through, there is always the risk of remembering your name. You might want to rename yourself. I know of one person that did exactly that. No, you don't have to do that legally, obviously, but you might want to consider renaming yourself around your true self. Things look at you doubly, and you must look back and let them happen. So it's almost as if it follows us. And it keeps looking at us and saying, pay attention. Be who you are. If you do not go through, it is possible to live worthily. And I would suspect that that's how many people live their lives. They just don't go through, but they can live worthily. To maintain your attitudes, to hold your position, to die bravely. So, I've done a lot of work with people who have worked in hospice, and they basically say most people die in intense suffering and with deep regret. And that regret is focused on not really being and acting on who and what they really are. Like one of the things that's commonly mentioned, I wished I would have stayed in touch with my friends, spent more time with that. But much will blind you, much will evade you. At what cost, who knows? So what is the cost of not being you? The door itself makes no promises. It's only a door. Now that, Deepak Chopra calls that living within the wisdom of uncertainty. So we all know that we're given challenges along the way. Of course, hopefully, much of what's in these videos will help you navigate through those challenges successfully. So, two powerful poems by David White and Adrienne Rich.